Hey everybody, we're back on the final stage of the fence. Look how pretty that windmill is against that blue sky. Wanted to show you what we did here, how we did it. I've just got one more side to do. Cut the field and hang the gate over here. Let me show you how I was doing this though. So here's what the finished product looks like. This is 4 wires, 12.5 gauge, high tensile fence. It is 200,000 PSI braking strength. It's also what I used on my bracing wire. What I did is I went around the post and I crimped them on with 2 crimps each. The top wire, I had told you I was going to make the second wire hot, but what I'm doing is I'm making the top wire hot because that's the first wire they're going to touch. But I'm all the way down, all the way around those trees, all the way out to the street and down there to the driveway arch. I've just got to do from the driveway arch up to where the tractor is and hang the gate right here. Cut the field. This, when you do these crimps, it just comes out much cleaner than if you were to twist it. This stuff is such high tensile. When you try to twist it, it just does not look good. And I know some of you are going to say you should have double wrapped it around the pole, but it's not necessary. Single wrap. I've still got to staple these. I've only got 1 staple holding them in place, but I've got to put 3 staples total on each end. But you can see how good it looks. Now the way I'm doing the electric fence is it's got this black insulator wire. You notice 2, 3, and 4 don't have it. Number 1 does. Anywhere this metal touches the wood, it's going to ground it out. So you got to have an insulator on there. And they make yellow plastic insulators, porcelain insulators. I went the cheapest route because my kids don't challenge the fence anyway, so I'm not really even worried about it. But I wanted to have the option to electrify it if I need to. So I put an insulator at every fence post on the top wire. So it doesn't touch the wood post anywhere. That whole wire is insulated all the way around. I'm going to take you over here to this corner, show you how I did the corner over here. I keep hearing something over here. Almost sounds like a fawn is bleeding for his mother. Could be a bird, but it sounds like it's a fawn. They bleat for their moms to come and feed them. It's a baby fawn. It's up here bleeding. Not bleeding, but look at this. Oh my goodness, she's up here bleeding. Look at her. Look at this little baby. Her mama. Look at this. She was probably born last night. Look at that little girl. Would you look at that? Look, she's coming over here. She wants some milk. My goodness. Yeah, she was just born. Her mama's, hey, honey. Now, it's an old wives' tale about touching them. But she's hungry. Her mama will come and get her. Her mama left her here last night when she had her. She's just itty bitty little thing. Make sure the mama ain't coming. There she goes. She'll be fine. She'll just lay down and wait for mama to come. That fawn's getting pretty vocal, so I'm only about 25 yards from her. So I'm going to go ahead and pack it up and back out and go work somewhere else on the farm for the day so Mom can get in here and take care of her. So in this corner right here, I had an end and a start. That corner down there, I just wrapped it around and just kept on going. So from the gate in the middle of the field all the way down, wraps around that corner, and all the way up here is one run. That's why it terminates on the end, and then I started a new one. But it's just so much cleaner than trying to twist that stuff. Now this run goes all the way down there and then all the way up to the street. So that run started down there, comes all the way down here around this big corner, and then all the way up there to the street. So that's a pretty long run. And again, just as with the bracing wire, I use these ratchets to tension my wire. Now they're as close to the middle of the run as I could get, because you want an even pull. You want to be pulling from down there up to here, and vice versa, from down there up around the corner up to here. So just did a nice pigtail wrap around those and then ratcheted it up, and it's pretty tight. And then if I ever need to adjust the tension, I can just come over here and ratchet those 4 straps. Now right here, I ran out of wire. This top wire was coming down. I ran out of wire, and I still needed to go about 70 feet. So I just spliced on. It's the beauty of these crimps. I mean, you can barely even tell there's a crimp there, or a splice rather. That's the beauty of this. If I had to twist that together, it would look like total garbage. I know I showed you this pasture in the last video, maybe the first one, but look how pretty this is. All these seed heads I'm about to cut, and they're all gonna be distributed, but look at all the beautiful grass coming up underneath. This is a beautiful stand. The mules are absolutely gonna love this. This is what I'm about to cut. Last portion I got to do from the driveway arch up the driveway to the tractor. Let me show you the tools I'm using. Brand new roll of 12.5 gauge high tensile single strand wire. It's on a spinning jenny. It's 4,000 feet. You just pull it out and it unrolls. That roll weighs about 150 pounds. I'm not even kidding you, it is so heavy. So this is a brand new roll. I ran out, you know, you saw that splice. So this run will go down there. When I finish that front pasture, then I'll start working on the second portion. These are the crimpers I'm using. They're 18 inches long. You've got to have those to get the leverage that you need to crimp these. And these are just crimps for 12.5 gauge wire. So that's how you crimp those onto the end terminals. And then these are the insulators. You just buy them in a box of 200. And this is just some insulation sheathing that you just wrap around. I just want to show you how these crimps work real quick. You can see it's just a little figure-8 barrel. You take your wire, I'm just going to simulate this. You slide it through one end, all right? Then you wrap it around your intended pole like that. And then all you do is you just feed the other end back through. So it ends up like that. All right, and then you just crimp that, and there's your loop. That's all there is to it. You put 2 of them on there, or 3 of them. 2 is sufficient, but if you got a really high tension area, you know, you can put 3 on there. But 2 is all I'm using. All right, so I backed out of there, and about an hour later I saw Mama come in and tending to her. So that fawn's gonna be just fine. Let's go ahead and get this pasture cut, and then we will string up this last run. Hang the gate, bring the kids over. This gives you an idea of how tall the grass is. Finally finished it. Got 3 acres completely fenced in. It's just a little over 3 acres. Gate's in the middle of the pasture right there, going over to pasture 2 when I complete it. Goes all the way down to the tree line. That'll be their shade in the afternoon. And then this corner right here will be their shade in the afternoon. And that goes all the way around. Just over, I think it's 3.04 acres is what I charted it. All right, so about to turn the kids loose in here, but the first thing I want to do is I want to lead them around the perimeter of the fence and show them where the boundaries are, because they've never been over here before, and it's always a good idea to take an animal and show him the perimeter of the fence so that he knows where his boundaries are, so he doesn't inadvertently run into the fence. Well, that's gonna do it. Huge success. Kids are over there in the shade relaxing, getting a little bit of feed. And it's been 2 days since I saw the fawn originally. I've seen the fawn again, and I've seen Mama 3 times tending to her. So for everybody that was worried about her, she's doing just fine. So appreciate y'all watching this series, and we'll see you on the next one.